Yo, guys, it's Lil RJ representing Team Millions of Dollars with episode 10. And this episode was created by TheJoshuaLopezX. And, he's got 4 questions. And, well, the first question is, what do you think about the CM Punk Paul Heyman alliance? Well, what I think about the CM Punk Paul Heyman alliance is that it's a good way. Like, if you want CM Punk to turn heel, which, I mean, that's already been displayed, but if you want him to go deep into being heelish, why not have him hang out with a guy who I think is like the best heel manager, heel promoter, heel legal advisor, whatever they have Paul Heyman play of all time. Because Paul Heyman can do it all. He's one of the greatest heels in professional wrestling. He really is. So why not have CM Punk around a guy like that? Because you don't want his heel turn to be like, you know, the straight edge society and all that crap. And you don't want his heel turn kind of like Nexus. You want something new. And CM Punk is that kind of guy who could bring in new. And Paul Heyman would be the guy to help him get him stuff. Now, you know, some people say, some people feel that Paul Heyman shouldn't be with CM Punk, or CM Punk can talk on his own. But as you guys quoted, I mean, CM Punk could get stale as a heel, so why not put him? Like I said, he could get stale as a heel. I'm not saying he will, but he could. And why not put him with Paul Heyman? Paul Heyman is a guy who's a fresh breath of air. Fresh breath of air. Paul Heyman, he's just a great guy, a great heel manager. Why not have CM Punk with him? I mean, but mostly what I think about it is it's good. It'll benefit CM Punk and it'll benefit Paul Heyman too. And for us fans, we're gonna get a good kick out of it too. And if booked and done right, this angle could be great. CM Punk and Paul Heyman could be great together if booked right, booked and done right. So that's my thoughts on the angle. It could be great. It has potential. I like these two together. So yeah, it has potential. Let's just see if WWE does the right thing. Question number 2: what's your favorite kind of girl? Oh man. Well, my favorite kind of girl is, just like an all-around girl. I just want a girl who's just, she's smart, she's street smart, and, street smart, book smart, she gotta have a good, bright attitude, somebody that's gonna have my back, somebody who's gonna kick it with me, somebody who ain't rude, stuck up or snobbish or nothing like that. She gotta be pretty, of course, respectful to my people, my folks, my family, she's gotta, at least be respectful to my mama, cause, she ain't necessarily got like my sisters or whatever, so, I mean, but, definitely towards my mama, my grandma, and, just have my back, do what a woman does, and that's how, have her man's back, and, as like extra features, she gotta have a little booty, and I like my girls, long hair, particularly my taste in girls, and I don't mean to play like a race card or anything like that, but people have known me for like dating mostly like Mexican girls and mixed girls, so that's kind of like my deal. And no, I'm not copying off of Sean, because it is true. Trust me, me and Sean have dated like 2 girls in the same family, so yeah, he went with this girl named Monica, and I went with the cousin Maya, so yeah, we pretty much dated into a family at one point in time. And yeah, I mean, that's my kind of girl, and Maya's like an example with all I just, named of. I mean, she was street smart, she was book smart. That's how I got through 8th grade. And yeah, she was street smart, book smart. She's fine as hell. She had a big old booty. I mean, she was fine. I mean, she dressed good. I mean, she wasn't dressing, you know, to appease other guys or anything like that. I mean, she just dressed like, you know, like a normal girl and, you know, all that stuff. And it was good for me, and it was good for my peoples, and, you know, they all got along great. And I love her peoples too. So Maya was a good example of that. And yeah, and we're no longer together, but me and her still remain tight though. So yeah. Who do you think will win this upcoming NBA season? Well, I got 6 teams I think can like make it. I'll do top three teams in the East and top three teams in the West. Well, for the East, I got Miami, of course. Miami. I got Miami, New York, and I've got Boston. Yeah, those like my top 3 favorites this year in the East. I think you know why with the Heat. You know, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. They got Ray Allen and Rashard Lewis now. So I mean, they got their pieces from last year too. So I mean, they should have a good run. The Knicks, you know, they got some new pieces. You know, Ronnie Brewer, Pablo Prignani, Jason Kidd, Marcus Camby, Kurt Thomas, I do believe. Kurt Thomas. I think it's Kurt, not Tim. Yes, Kurt. Thomas, you know, Amari Stoudemire, Tyson Chandler, they're getting good chemistry together. And Raymond Felton, you know, and Amon Shumpert, so, you know, that's a good squad. And Boston, I just think, you know, Rondo, he's pretty good. Kevin Garnett is great. Paul Pierce, you know, Doc Rivers is a hell of a coach. So I think those guys might have a good shot this year. For the West, I would say the Lakers, of course. You know, they got Kobe, Mr. Ball Hog, which I'm pretty much guessing that he would not be a ball hog this season unless the if he is going to be a ball hog, the Lakers are going to have some serious issues, Laker fans, because Steve Nash and Dwight Howard, he's got those two to deal with now. So Kobe's going to have to share that ball if the Lakers are going to be successful. But I think the Lakers will be successful this year. And Steve Nash and Dwight Howard is the reasons why. And then you have the Lakers, you know, with Metta World Peace and those guys. So the Lakers should have a hell of a season. They really should. Second, OKC. Like Sean said, OKC's got young talent. You know, they got a hell of a talent roster. I mean, their roster is just full of talent, young energy. Oklahoma City is just a young team. Durant, he's just very well into his 20s. Same thing with Westbrook. Then they got these rookies. They got a whole lot of rookies this season too. So OKC is a young team, and they're doing the damn thing right now at a young age. And you know, like only like I think 6 seasons into, well, no, 4 seasons into, like I think it's 4 seasons since Oklahoma City now. And, you know, that's successful. They're successful. And, yeah, I think that's great. The third team in the West, I have to say, the Clippers. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, Chauncey Billups, he's healthy. And, you know, they got, what's his name now? They got a good player now. I'm trying to think here. Oh, they got Lamar Odom now, too, which would be a good season for him. Excuse me, because he's back in LA now. And I think that'd be great for Lamar Odom. Honorable mentions for the West, though. The Timberwolves should be great this season. They got Brandon Roy. Now, Kevin Love, Ricky Rubio, Pekovic, AK-47, Andre Kirilenko's with the Timberwolves too now. So, I mean, there's a whole lot of teams. I just can't wait for this season to start. There's a whole lot of teams that could potentially win this thing this season. And I'm loving what I'm seeing right now from, you know, all the teams in the NBA right now. I really am. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. Like I said, for the East, the Heat, the Knicks and the Celtics. And then for the West, OKC, the Clippers, and the Lakers. So, yeah. And the fourth and last question: who do you think should be the next to come up from the main roster from NXT? That's simple. Seth. And I like James Bronson, so he'd be pretty good. Who else from the main roster should be called up next? Roman Reigns, aka Liaki. I think he should be on the main roster soon. Big E Langston, definitely. They've been building him up pretty good, but I think they're trying to pump Ryback up now, and I think after they're done with pumping Ryback, I think they'll bring Big E Langston in. Bo Dallas, he's ready. I think, in my opinion, I think he needs to get a little bit over, and then he'll be straight. Bray Wyatt, definitely. The Ascension, I think they're ready. If you bring them in as a heel tag team, they know how to get the heel heat, so that won't be no problem or no issue. So I think the WWE just needs to come on and bring them in, especially if they take the belts from Kofi and Truth and, like, you know, separate them as a team, let them resume their singles competition. And you know, they're gonna need to bring in like a 6 team or maybe a 15, whatever. They're gonna need to bring in some teams. They already got Mike Dalton and Xavier Woods, who I think should be coming on the main roster soon too, along with Cassius Ohno. So those are the guys that I think should be on the main roster. Let me go over it again: Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, James Bronson, Corey Graves, The Ascension, Connor O'Brien and Kenneth Cameron, the Hollywood Express, Mike Dalton, Xavier Woods, and Audrey Marie. And Paige should definitely do too, but being the fact that they're not really paying any attention to the Divas division right now, I wouldn't bring Paige up right so yet. I'll bring Paige up when they get it right. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this. Damn good questions, Joshua Lopez. Damn good questions. I enjoyed this question. I enjoyed doing this episode for you and the rest of the subscribers. Thank you for the support. I got some few announcements on my primary page, 11 Amory, coming up. And, yeah, thank you for the questions. And, follow me on Twitter, Lil RJ Unlimited. Follow Sean on Twitter, at SeanStevens6. Follow us on Twitter together at Team MOD 2012. We haven't really been tweeting on that, but me and him are going to get to it. And like us on Facebook at Team MillionzOfDollaz. And, this is Lil RJ representing Team MillionzOfDollaz. And, peace. Millions of dollars.